you should have a much clearer idea of why we developed MCX. The world of AV distribution needs an alternative product to the matrix switch solution it's been using for years. Up to now, matrix switches have dominated AV distribution because they delivered on performance. What went in came out exactly the same the other end. But thanks to the continuing evolution of Ethernet, we're now able to provide matrix switch performance across a network with more functionality and greater flexibility than the matrix switch could ever offer. This course will walk you through the functionality of both the MCX S7 and S9 products, and along the way we'll offer you some useful examples of how you can implement each one into your projects. To begin with, let's remind ourselves of a typical MCX network topology. MCX transmitters connect source equipment to a 10 gig network, and MCX receivers connect the 10 gig network to the displays. An MCX controller then connects to the 10 gig network, allowing the user to control which sources the displays need to connect to. In the world of matrix switching, this decision would be made by pressing buttons on the front of a matrix switch. But in the world of MCX, this decision is made by software. And thanks to the SDVoE application programming interface built into our software, every MCX endpoint knows exactly what it's supposed to do, regardless of how many there are. SDVoE technology also means that MCX is completely interoperable with any other SDVoE device, and a great use case would be the customer who instructs MCX to be deployed on an existing system. However, unlike the old days where perfectly functional equipment had to be replaced to make sure everything worked correctly, as long as that existing kit uses SDVoE technology, it can stay exactly where it is. Remember, unlike the matrix switch, an MCX system is only limited by the size of the network it's connected to. So, which MCX product do you choose? Well, let's make this decision really easy. Rather than base the answer on which we think is best, let's work out the best MCX solution based on the project requirement. And for that, we're going to go in here. Let's begin by identifying all the features commonly shared by the S7, S9 Compact and S9 products. In other words, what do they all do perfectly? Each one of these products will provide matrix switch performance because they're all able to utilize the SDVoE gen locking feature, which time locks the transmitter to the receiver, ensuring latency-free video distribution with zero loss of quality. Put simply, if your client requires a future-proofed solution to matrix switch performance across a network, then MCX is the answer. The S7 encoders and decoders are available in both 10 gig copper and fibre options, and are a cost-effective matrix switch replacement. MCX S7 uses SDVoE technology to time lock the outputs to the display, ensuring latency-free matrix switch performance with zero loss of quality across a 10 gig network. The built-in fast switching feature provides seamless switching between sources, making this an ideal residential solution. If the project requires extra functionality, however, the S9 family should be considered. MCX S9 is available in three formats: the S9C, the S9 and the S9D, giving you complete flexibility when specifying the exact requirements while working to a budget. The S9C endpoints are a 10 gig copper only solution, whereas the S9 and S9D are available in both copper and fibre options. Each variant of S9 will accept both DisplayPort 1.2 and HDMI 2 inputs simultaneously. So while only one of these inputs can be streamed at any one time, switching from one to the other is made simple by the software API. The S9 product family also features an enhanced heat sink design to manage heat better in higher density deployments. In addition to DisplayPort 1.2, the S9 family also features video wall functionality, allowing you to quickly create video walls up to 6x6 in size. Further advanced functionality can also allow up to 256 receivers in larger scale deployments. Thanks to the advanced processing power of SDVoE, each receiver uses gen-locking to prevent any tearing across the whole display, which can often be found with advanced separate video wall processors. Historically, to be able to create a video wall like this, you would need to deploy separate video wall processors, which not only add huge chunks of cost, but increases the programming complexity of the installation. With MCX S9, this functionality is built into every receiver, making video wall deployment a far simpler and much cheaper process. Even if there isn't an immediate requirement for video wall, any future upgrade can be achieved without the need to add in more hardware. And as if that wasn't enough, the MCX S9 family also features multi-view as standard, allowing it to receive multiple streams of video and combine them into a single display. As with video wall functionality, in order to provide this feature in the past, separate hardware would need to be specified, which, you've guessed it, adds more cost and more complexity to a project. With MCX, setting up multi-view on any display couldn't be easier. No extra hardware is required, just a few simple commands from the MCX control software, and away you go. For larger projects which require specific audio or KVM functionality, the MCX S9 and SD units are ready for the job. These feature-packed solutions combine all the advanced SDVoE features of the S9C, along with extreme USB with zero latency for perfect KVM and USB audio and video distribution, with the S9D further including 2 channels of Dante audio distribution. Complete AV distribution doesn't get any better than this thanks to MCX using SDVoE technology to deliver matrix switch performance across a 10 gig network with functionality and flexibility never before seen with matrix switching hardware. AV system design has never been any easier.